From the News Talk STL studios in St. Louis, it's the Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. On tonight's episode, CARI BATHOLOMEW, education activist and soaring social media star. Joel Okun, event promoter and host of the Save on Liquor first Anniversary Extravaganza this weekend. And the Right Mind Studio Band, Mitch Murphy and the Murphy Tones. Now, putting the fun in your dysfunctional world, here's your host, Todd Showalter.
All right, I just want to preface something before we go down this little this rabbit hole I'm about to bring up here. I am not, as you know, a conspiracy theorist. Okay, I look at myself more as a visionary because most of the things that are conspiracies that I've said earlier actually turn out to be true.
You do go on conspiracy theorist shows, though. You were on Arc Midnight with John B. Wells, very famous conspiracy theorist.
Yes,
they're fun to talk to, even if you're not one.
I know. Well, that's just it. I like being the outsider. Okay, and because you got all these conspiracy nuts, which I kind of think they are. And I try to debunk them or just give them a little bit of common sense on why the earth isn't really flat and things like that. But I'm just going to tell you something. I'm starting to really wonder about something. Now, we had that guy on, the engineer from NASA a while back, because we're trying to debunk, people are trying to debunk this whole moon landing thing. Well, and he basically said, well, we don't know what happened after the rocket took off and then it was gone. All right. Well, now I've got these knuckleheads that send me all these videos, like I don't have enough to do. And one of them is all about the moon landing, and they keep bringing up this stuff. And I want to ask you about it, okay? Now, one of these videos, it's got like the Range Rover that looks like a big wheel or something, and it probably is a big wheel. But like they're kicking up this dust, and the dust just falls right to the ground like it's regular Earth gravity. So I'm thinking, okay, that's a little suspicious, but they're probably high or something. I'm going to move on. And then today, as I'm having my coffee with my lovely wife, I get another one of these things that brings up, why in all of these moon landings don't you see any of the stars? It's just pitch black. Now, you can go outside and you see the stars, and I know I've been in some, nature types of places where the sky's bright white with stars. Why in all of these moon landing photos do you not see any stars? Why is it pitch black? Now, I know you can answer this for me.
Now, I do want to point out, you were worried that everyone was high.
Yeah.
And I think this may have something to do with Trump's decision to move Space Command from Colorado, the highest place in both ways.
Yeah.
A lot of marijuana there, big tall mountains, and he's moving Space Command to Alabama, where all they have to worry about is moonshine.
Oh, you've done it. That is exactly what. So that's it, isn't it?
I don't know about the stars thing. You are usually watching a copy of a copy of a copy that is a GIF instead of a video. So maybe the stars are just faded. But.
Okay, and that explains, in your opinion, which is always, in my opinion, right, even if it's not, that it's all because they moved Space Command from Colorado, where everybody's, hey, man, I'm doing the dope, to like Alabama, Roll Tide, down there where they're doing the moonshine.
Mm-hmm. Double rainbow, man. Rocky Mountains majesty.
Okay, so that's just
He's straightening it out. Trump has fixed the problem. The space landing, the next time we do it, it's going to be perfect 8K resolution.
Well, speaking of Trump, though, what I just hear, and I want you to answer this little pondering question I have in my head too. They got this TDS thing, the Trump derangement syndrome, which people I think is true. I mean, people are triggered for some reason whenever they hear his name. Now, you've got these areas like Washington D.C. and Chicago, and let's throw St. Louis in there, where all they do for hobbies is kill people. All right, and he's sending people in to help with this. Like Chicago's the next one, and they're all like, "No, you're not coming in our neighborhood. No, we like the crime." I think if Bumbling Joe the idiot had been in office and he had said, okay, we're going to come help with this problem, they probably would have been a little more excited. Do you think that they're just not – do you think they want their own people just to be killed indeed just because Donald Trump is involved?
I don't know. I mean, they are worried about the National Guard having guns everywhere, and we've already got too many guns around in St. Louis. So just arm them with deodorant and call them the right guard, and then they can find all the homeless people and just give them a little swab here, a swab there.
You've done it again. The right guard.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh dang darn it, you're a genius. Can you see me scribbling this down? Because
we're sending the right guard to your stinky cities. New Orleans, get ready.
Oh. I'm using that as a cartoon, and I'm not even going to credit you.
We've been working together 3 years. This is the first time I've inspired a cartoon.
Right, guard. And they're armed with deodorant. Oh, that is good. I can't hold back any longer. You know that whenever somebody, and I always preface this, do I not? If somebody says, hey, I want to tell you a secret, okay, but you can't tell anybody. What is the first thing I say? I can't keep secrets. Don't I say that?
You get it in under the wire, so everything they say after the fact, you are totally scot-free.
Exactly, because I've kind of had that little disclaimer in there, okay?
Disclaimer, can I keep a secret?
Yeah, I know. And it's like, I'm going to tell you, and I think a lot of times people tell me a secret because they want it to get out. But, and so I make it a point. Hey, you can tell me anything you want, but I'm going to tell it to everyone, probably on the radio. Chris Arps from the station here has a big secret. He's fine. What you actually told me first, you said also, do not let this out, but I'm going to let it out on your behalf and his behalf. He has not been to the doctor in like 1 billion years, and now he's finally going back, and he's scared like a little girl. Isn't that the case?
He was 16 the last time he saw the doctor, and that was for a football exam. And basically, they just wanted to know if you could hold a football. Right. There was really nothing else. They didn't even make him take off his shirt and check for scoliosis. That was always the sexiest day in gym class for me.
I love that,
Boys and girls next to each other lined up. Bend over. Got to check your spine.
And the girls that all did have scoliosis, those were the only ones that would go out with me because they were rejected by everybody else. And I'd say, hey, I love your scoliosis. And that's how I got dates. But anyway, back to Chris Arps, who was doing something with his football, and that's why he had to go to the doctor. He has not been to the doctor since he is 16 years old. He's totally frightened like a little girl.
Now.
He's how
59.
59. He's older than that. He's lying about his age. Why do people lie about their age? I'm not going to go down that hole. But anyway, he's frightened to go to the doctor.
Football season is starting up. Maybe you wanted to make sure that his spine didn't have scoliosis for sitting on the couch to watch his favorite Cowboys.
He loves the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Yeah, I mean, what is he frightened of? I'll tell you what I'm frightened about when I go to the doctor, because once again, I'm going to make this all about me. No, I'm not. I promised I wouldn't this episode. I'm afraid of needles. Do you like needles?
I feel a sense of aliveness when I donate blood, but when you're actually getting medicine through a needle, then it's usually a negative connotation.
An injection.
Yes.
Yeah. And you also, don't you donate plasma?
I have donated plasma just as a goof. I did it to see how much money I could get and if it was annoying, and it was very annoying.
Yeah.
I had to do an entire physical, and that took an hour. And then getting the plasma out, it's recycling. It's not like they're just sucking blood out. It's like they're taking the blood, sucking out the plasma in a centrifuge, and then putting the blood back in. That took another hour.
Oh,
and
wow.
There's just poor people everywhere at these plasma donation places.
Right.
That's why we need the right guard in it. It stinks in those places.
But you get paid, right?
Yeah, and I was in the hood, the plasma center in the hood, which was next to the Dollar General.
Oh, yeah.
And people were immediately going to buy, liquor and Cheetos as soon as they donated.
Well, and you're probably a little lightheaded after giving all that plasma, don't
Somebody
you think?
drive me home, please.
Yeah.
No one will come and get me because I'm in the hood.
Get me some alcohol, and the next thing you know, I'm going to pass out. I got out of giving blood because I was asked repeatedly by somebody I won't bring up. No, I won't. Anyway, to come in and give blood, and I said, I do not want to give blood. I'm afraid of needles, and that's a really big needle, and I pass out even when I do a simple blood test. I was finally dragged into this place, and as a joke, you know me, right? I like to joke around a lot.
I know you.
Yeah, but I just joke. That's what I do. And I made it sound like when we walked into this place, I acted like I was confused and that we were at a sperm clinic, okay? And I guess, well, where do I get excited, and where's the little cup? They were so horrified that I was asked to leave, and I have not had to give blood or been asked to give blood. Well, it's been since I was 16 years old, like Chris Arps going to the doctor, I'll tell you that.
They say when you donate blood that you are saving 6 lives, and I say, I've got enough friends already. I really don't want to start a pen pal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well,
I don't want to know 6 new people. I got Todd. He's my best friend.
Exactly. And if you need blood from me, man, I'll just shave. I'll shave because I bleed all the time because I don't have whiskers because I haven't gone through puberty yet. Wow. You had something going on. What were you talking about here? You said before all this crazy stuff going on in the news or something. What was this urgent thing you wanted to tell me about?
I've noticed something, and there's an epidemic of this, and we need to look out for our friend Chris Arps because he's part of this. We're losing our best and brightest black bald men.
Now, you can say that one more time, and I want you to say it very fast. Black bald men.
We're losing our best and brightest black bald men. We had Elliot Davis on, and Elliot Davis, Fox 2 legend, retired.
Yeah.
No longer on TV as a newsman.
He came on with us, though. He had a great time, by the way. He said he had a blast.
Channel 5 newsman, Art Holiday.
Art Holiday.
Just retired. No longer on the news.
Well, I thought he retired years ago. I knew Art Holiday when I was, in high school. Go ahead.
Al Roker.
Al Roker.
Gastric bypass. We've lost half of him already.
Gastric bypass? I didn't hear about that.
In 2002, he's a big old fat man.
And, that's right.
And now he's no longer that.
Now he's skinny Al Roker.
Now he's swimming in suits every day. I don't even know if he cares about the weather anymore.
Kind of looks creepy, though, with that look. So go ahead.
Chris Arps, bald black man.
He's bald, too.
Waiting for his results as we speak.
It's probably something terrible.
We may lose him.
So if you're bald and black, it's a good chance that you're going to retire? Or what?
Lester Holt. Most of his hair is sliding down the back of his crack.
What
a
is
lot
the
of forehead.
Deal with that?
He just retired from NBC Nightly News.
You're right, probably because he was losing his hair. You're right. So if you're bald, black, you can pretty much kiss your job goodbye.
Rennie Knott, you need to watch your back because someone could try and take you out. Rennie Knott's on Channel 5. He wears cool shoes like you do. He's very obsessed with his Air Jordans.
Air Jordans?
Shows them off all the time.
I wouldn't know.
I don't know if it's a pattern that I'm making up myself. I'm just very concerned for my black men
It's
out
a
there.
theory is what you're saying.
It is a theory.
Okay, do you need to test this theory any further? I mean, this is something that I didn't really think about.
I'll ask for thoughts and prayers, and then if it gets serious enough, I'll set up a GoFundMe.
I like that, though, because you have to come up. That's the whole thing about science, okay? So you have your theory, your hypothesis, and all that. This is boring. I don't want to talk about that. But on the other, you know what we could talk about, speaking of science? You got that RFK JR guy, and he's and we're taping this on a Thursday, I think. I don't know. I lose track of days, time.
He's getting grilled.
Yeah, he's getting grilled by these people. Now, here's the thing. He's making this big deal about the vaccines, and he basically admits that, these mRNA vaccines, that they didn't work and all this stuff, which I believe him. And you've got all of these senators just grilling him, which they've got like all the drug companies in their back pocket because they're donating cash. And so they've got to stand up for these vaccine pushers, and he's just out there telling what he thinks is the truth, and they're out there trying to save their money. Who are we supposed to believe at this point? It's total chaos. The dogs are living with the cats. I don't understand what's going on.
Is he going to be testifying more days than this? Because we got to get him one of your vaccine shirts immediately.
Yes.
If he could be sporting that on C-SPAN, that'd be great for the store.
That would be a great endorsement.
The shirts that you made, was that just a one-off, or are those purchasable?
No, they're purchasable. They're on the store that you're the manager of, the Studio Todd.
I knew that.
Yeah, you are the manager. You don't show up very often, but that's okay because that's how we do it here.
What do your shirts say?
It's the 5-year anniversary. Okay, it's got a big 5 emblem on it, and underneath it says unvaxxed and still alive. Because I don't know if you remember, they were saying, "Hey, it's me, Joe. If you don't get a vax during the hurricane, you're going to die." Remember that? Like when they had the hurricane, and he said, "Don't forget to get vaccinated." Like, what in the hell did that have to do? That should have been the point where we just pushed him out the door. But everybody knew that these vaccines didn't work, and they said, if you don't take it, you're going to die, or we're going to fire you. That was that was a big clue for me right there. So sure enough, look at me. I'm over here alive and breathing, I think. And so I had these shirts made that said unvaxxed and still alive, just to show them what a bunch of idiots that they are. And they were just pushing this to make a bunch of cash.
And now you're pushing your shirts to make a little bit of cash on the back end.
See how that goes? That full circle.
And if you are having a funeral, we won't stop you from buying this and putting it on the corpse. That is pretty funny as well.
Wouldn't that be good? Especially one of these
still
people.
Alive 5 years
still alive now. He's dead wearing this shirt. Don't go anywhere. Stay right by that dial, won't you? Hey, in the meantime, I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy in the whole world, Joey V. This is The Right Mind Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, education activist CARI Bartholomew. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man who knew he wanted to be a comedian ever since he climbed the rope in gym class and felt funny, Todd Showalter.
Hey, we're back. I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy, Joey V. And on the line now is one of our favorites. And now, Joey, I don't know if we're worthy anymore because she's a skyrocketing social media star, CARI Bartholomew. CARI, how are you? And when did you become so... you're everywhere now. Every time I get on social media, there you are with another one of your videos. What is going on?
I just turn on my camera and I talk, trying to get people to understand what's going on. I feel like that whole, if not me, then who, if not now, then when, is just a motto that is all over my heart and soul right now.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot going on, and a lot of stuff. I mean, you bring it back to education a lot. Why don't we jump in there first? I mean, the time, because we've been together now for a couple of years and stuff like that. Has anything improved on our educational front between, I don't know, when we first met and now, or has it just gone down, held a handhold even more?
I think what we need to understand is that a new administration doesn't change things if the people running your local district. So we can say, local control, all we want. But if that local control believes in progressive ideology, then no, you're still pretty much screwed.
Yeah, and again, you've got it doesn't. You're right. It doesn't really matter. You've got a lot of indoctrination that's still going on, and one of the problems that I have are just the deniers. The people that say, "Nah, it's not really going on. This is all blown out of proportion. No, just go on your merry way." Meanwhile, there's Junior in the back with a communist China flag that he's waving. This is going on. You're obviously out there. You're on social media. You're telling people what's happening. You're on with me. You're doing different things to get people more aware. What do you think it's going to take? Just to break through, to show that, hey, this is going on and we have to stop it?
So I've been thinking about that young girl in Scotland.
Yeah.
Who finally has said, hey, I understand why people flee their countries, but who's going to look out for me? And there is a group of people that are waking up. But when your government is not awake, which is their situation, I think our government is awake. The problem is we have these judges that are completely co-opted, and that was the word that I wanted to talk about, was called oikophobia.
Right. And we just talked about this off the air, and it's oik. Spell this out just so I can understand what this is.
Hang on, I'm going to have to pull it up.
Oh, that's okay.
It's okay.
Put it on our monitor for everybody to see.
Oikophobia.
Okay.
Oikophobia.
Oikophobia. Okay. What is oikophobia?
Oikophobia means that you have a disdain or hatred for your own country.
Oh, yeah. No, you definitely have that here. Yeah.
Right. And we're being taught to have it. We're being taught that only enlightened people can understand why they should hate their country. But then a lot of those enlightened people are in education, especially higher ed.
Yeah.
I discovered this word only yesterday because I was listening to Peter Boghossian interview a man named Benedict Beckles. And he was just talking about it and how it can become empathetic suicides.
Yeah.
Where you are just, we are so guilty for our past. So one country that really took this on was Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And of course they took it on because they made some famously terrible decisions. And so in order to say kind of mea culpa, it's my fault, they've taught themselves to hate their culture and not to balance it out, not to say, yes, we've made the worst decisions in history, some of them, but also what good things do we have in our culture? What things do we have to celebrate? Mm-hmm. And they remove that. And if you look, we're doing that in America, right and left, right? Where we're getting rid of quality institutions, like our museums, and we're changing what their content is to only say the worst that affects their children's mental health, to only to spend, 7 hours a day. I'm removing lunches, only focusing on the worst things. And adults are being told, well, if you don't agree with us, you're not enlightened. You're stupid. And again, that's the emperor's new clothes, which I might have mentioned before, but that's the emperor's new clothes. Adopt ideas that are on their face ignorant.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like we should have no borders. Really?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like the spoiled kids or teenagers that, have the perfect life. I mean, they have everything that they wanted. They got their phones, they got a nice wardrobe, they have a nice home, they can come and go as they please. And that's what we have here in America. I mean, this is, whether people want to admit it or not, the United States, was based on an idea. It is the greatest country in the entire world. And I know people all over the world that would love the opportunity to be here. But you have people just like these spoiled kids that are pampered by their parents that we hate my mom, we hate mom and dad, we hate them, and it's that kind of snivelly little garbage that fortunately these kids grow out of. But if they don't, they become these left-wing liberals that you're talking about, and they want this to go on a nationwide level. I would love for the majority of these whiny brats, and that's pretty much what they are, to go to another country where they're oppressed and they see, okay, you think you've got it bad here, go to China, go there, or, go to one of these countries that is falling apart due to socialism, and let them do that, and then come on back here and do their bashing. And if they do that, then we stick them in a nut house because they're clinically insane. Do you think these people need a taste of what real oppression is?
Oh, 100%. The problem is that school is being taught as something to perform. I just made a post today on these women who are pretending that they're the handmaidens. Okay, the reality is, and I'm sorry to be snarky here, but I'm kind of tired of seeing it, is that these are like fat, blue-haired people who think that they are going to be the women selected in a dictatorship to give birth to other children. But the reality is that people are going, if that were to happen, which it's not, but if it were to happen, they would look for the cream of the crop. Mm-hmm. That's who they would look for. They would not look for people who might have infertility issues because their health is so bad. So this performative thing, it's, in my opinion, they're kind of fetishists because they're the less desirable people. Mm-hmm. Sorry, but
no, that's just the case. And if you say that, well, you're a misogynist, you're a racist, you're whatever. So they throw these words at you, which you can throw words all day, but it is what it is.
Well, and you can say that somebody is misogynist, but the reality is that when countries come and conquer, oftentimes they look for the people in their prime. They look for the most beautiful, and if you don't fit those categories, there have been people in other countries, women, who have been buried alive because they're just out of their prime. So, and unfortunately, our kids aren't learning, and I don't mean our kids, I mean our college-age people are not learning these hard truths. Instead, they're being told, you should be coddled, you shouldn't have to work, working for the man is oppression, and then they don't even know where those ideas come from.
Yeah.
So we think we're coddling them, we think we're making everything safe, but we're not making everything safe. Instead, we're kind of conditioning them to be useless.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're down to our last few seconds. Tell everybody, if you would, how they can check out your rising social media stardom, where you're all over the place. I follow you on Facebook and everywhere else, but you have a podcast too. So tell everybody how they can check you out.
Sure. I have a YouTube channel. It's called CARI Marcel, Be Not Afraid. And I know that sounds weird because it sounds fearful, but I believe knowledge is power. Mm-hmm. So go follow me on CARI Marcel - Be Not Afraid. I'm also on Instagram. I'm not a rising star.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I
Believe
call
me.
myself a significant nobody.
No. I watch your stuff, Carrie, and I got to say you're very good, and you're getting more popular by the day, and that's why whenever you come on, I try to keep you on as long as possible because I know. Probably by next Thursday, you won't even have the time to talk to little old me and Joey. So, I'm just saving these clips so I can say, oh, look, we still remember when she remembered us. And then I could, play some of that. But I don't say that to everybody because a lot of people come on and say, hey, check out my stuff. I go, well, you're not very, very good. But you, on the other hand, are very good. So there you go.
Thank you. My goal is just to provide as much education as I can in a way that your busy parents can understand it and also teachers and also politicians. Like, what can I explain in a way that is not too heady so that we can protect our kids?
And it's common sense. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's not like, you're just trying to wake people up and say, hey, this is what's going on. I'm in the trenches. I see it, and I'm just trying to let you know what's going on. And there's, again, CARI Bartholomew, folks, look her up on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, and just ask for a follow. If she let me follow her, so, maybe she probably will you guys too. So I recommend it highly. Well, thanks for joining us. And as always, a lot of insightful stuff. And I can't wait until the next time when, we talk and you have your entourage. Okay?
Sounds great. Thank you so much. Bye.
All right, Carrie. All right. Bye-bye. Yes, she is a rising star there, Joey. And boy, I tell you what, I hate to use the word breed them, but a lot of people come on this show and then they turn into big stars. And Rich Rubino, I remember he was still, I think he was like cleaning up like the grills at Burger King or something like that when we were talking politics. And now, he started being on the show, and now he's on like all the major networks and things like that. That's the same thing that's going to happen to Carrie is we nurture stardom, okay? What are you doing? You're getting up to leave? What have you become too big for this joint too?
Your wife, who we don't bring up that often.
Can't bring her up.
She said, who you should have on the show? Yeah. This up-and-coming guy, The Rock. And she said that about a year ago. And now, look at him. Yeah. He is in a film festival in Venice promoting his next big film.
They're saying an Oscar.
And it's because we thought about having him on the show.
You are right. I didn't even think.
Ripple effects.
It is a ripple effect because you're right. They're saying he may be nominated for an Oscar or something like that. And it's all because we brought him up. And even Coach Tom. Remember Coach Tom? He mentioned that The Rock owns the
UFL,
who Coach Tom works for. And The Rock is too busy to come into the building to talk to him because he's too busy becoming like a thespian. Because he's not a movie star celebrity anymore. He wants to be taken seriously as an actor, apparently. So that's all because he's becoming on a tour thanks to us, basically, is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That is what you're saying. Yeah, you've seen a lot of movies lately. And I was asking you before, because people don't know, they should know, but you're quite the movie critic, okay? And you give your reviews on that other show that's not as good as ours in the afternoon. And you were talking about some films that you saw lately or recently. What's your top recommendation?
Well, I really want to recommend any zombie movies.
Oh, yeah.
Because they make me so hungry when I go and see a zombie movie.
Really?
Like, I get a red slush because I know as soon as they start biting into that someone's neck and it just starts gooping out, it's going to make me a little bit thirsty.
Does it really?
Take a little sip of that slush. So
really?
28 Years Later was one of my favorite. Now they have the trailer out for the sequel, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. You think...
Bone Temple.
You think we can get on the set there and be fluffers on the Bone Temple?
Oh, be a fluffer on the Bone Temple?
Make our big screen debut?
I don't know if I want that.
As the guy behind the guy?
You already had us out there for the picture today touching tips, okay?
Yeah, we went to the gas station and we had our lighters and we were going to make a beautiful fireball. It was going to be in the shape of a heart if we did it right.
I know.
And then the people at the car wash, because it's a gas station / car wash,
it was.
They hosed us down and they said, nah, we can't really condone that sort of behavior.
In the meantime, I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy, Joey B. This is The Right Mind Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, Joel Okun, host of the Save On Liquor Twin Oaks First Anniversary Extravaganza this weekend. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man who doesn't drink alcohol, but if you invite him out to a bar, he will bring his own juice box and coloring book. Todd Showalter.
And we're back. I'm Todd Showalter, my bestest buddy, Joey B. And on the line now is my other buddy, Joel Okun. How's it going, my friend? What's new in the event world?
How we doing, Todd? Oh, my God, all kinds of stuff. We got all kinds of things going on.
Yeah.
They just opened the new venue in Midtown, and then we've got the Music at the Intersection this coming week. So there's all kinds of crazy stuff.
Joel, will you just clarify something for me first? So, I'm on all serious, on a very serious note here. The music at the intersection. Now, it's not music like in an intersection. Is it like people aren't going to be injured or hit by cars, are they? Is this going to be? It's just like what is the intersection?
It is St. Louis, so you never know exactly what's going to happen.
It could be
but
shot.
No, there's music. There's music all over that area. You know, they've got the Big Top, and they've got, again, the Sovereign. There's like 3 outdoor stages. There's one right outside of the Angard Arts Hotel, you know.
Okay.
They've done this in the past. So they blocked off the section there. It's at Washington and the Grand. And then it's like about a block east of there, that whole area, and then a block south of there. So there's 3 outside stages. Yeah, and I mean, they've got all kinds of people. So I saw, like, where'd we go?
Joey just brought it up on the screen for everybody to see on their radio. It's, you got like Patti LaBelle.
Yeah, Friday, we got a lot of our local guys, too. You know, you've got Anita and the Funky Bunch and all those people.
Okay.
You know, I mean, St. Boogie Brass Band, St. Louis Super Jam, the Playadors. I mean, who doesn't love all these guys, right?
Yeah, and you're putting all this together. So you're an event coordinator.
I'm actually not the one putting it together, but I'm involved with a lot of this stuff.
You're involved.
No, it's not me at all. It's not me at all. But these are all friends of mine who are doing this. So it's, you know, I'm always in the middle. You know that. It's never about me.
Yeah, but just take credit. I mean, if they that's what, you know. I mean, what the heck, you know? It says.
So what I will take credit for is what we're doing at the liquor store this week.
Okay, so it's Save On Liquor, and they're one of the sponsors here at News Talk, and you're the head guy, and you pretty much run that place too. Even if you say you don't want to say that's true, but it is true. You run it all, and so they're having their big 1-year anniversary at Save On out of Big Bend and Old 141, and so it's what are the days again? First, Saturday and Sunday.
So Sunday is the party, 11 to 8. We've got free tastings, both alcoholic, non-alcoholic as well.
Okay,
and then we're going to have free tacos. The 314 guys who always do those events, those taco guys are awesome.
Okay,
they're going to be doing free tacos from 11 to 2 for everybody.
Okay,
and then from 3 to 6, we've got the Waffle House Fight Club band playing. And that's Drew Lance, Mark Hockenberg, and those guys. And they're really good friends of mine. I've known them for years. I've worked with them in a variety of bands they played with. Mark has even done stuff with Alexis Tucci, where she has like a band playing and she's DJing. So they're going to do an 80s and 90s request rock and country.
Wow. This is a big event.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is. And so that's going to be like right outside in the parking lot from 3 to 6 on Sunday. Okay. And the reason we're doing it Sunday is, you know, that's the day that everybody kind of with their family. We want a family environment, everybody to just come and check it out. I'm going to be bartending from 3 to 6 in the liquor store as well. You know, we got that full service bar and back.
Right. Yeah, it's a beautiful place that you have there. Yeah. And you actually you built that and did all that yourself. I'm giving you all kinds of credit here.
Because I'm the construction guy.
You did that. You did that. You managed. You came up with the concept. You came up with the name. It's pretty much all. Well, I don't know why you just didn't call it Joel's Place, but hey, that's a whole other story. But you got this whole event that you have put together, and it's quite big. And you were telling me about it. You had you handed me like a not a binder, but a bunch of paper. So you really put a lot of work into this. I was impressed. So it is going to be quite the event. And it's at Big Bend and Old 141, correct? I mean, that's where people can find it.
Merrimack, it's 1142 Merrimack Station Road in Twin Oaks.
Yeah, that's
in between the Aldi's and the Ace Hardware.
Yeah. That's just going to be quite the blast. Well, I'm going to be there, and I think Joey missed.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'll be there for sure. In fact, there's some people that won't make happy, but I will be there, and I'm going to show that I'm fun to be around. So that's going to be.
I know you are.
I know. Yeah, we have a good time. Well, this is one of the things you do. I mean, you're an event coordinator. You do this stuff. Let's touch base on that a little bit, because the last time you were on, we were talking about how you were hiding under Billy Joel's piano and all kinds of other stuff. You've got a lot of stories, my friend. You want to throw out any other nuggets for us? Did you ever meet Chuck Berry? St. Louis guy?
I met Chuck. I did meet Chuck. And in fact, when they had the tribute at Lufetz, everyone on stage was a friend of mine except for his son that I had known before.
Yeah.
Everyone from, the Roots, the Big Mike, and again, the Playadors and Dave Grelly and these guys that are going to be on stage. And then, you had some people from out of town, Huey Lewis and all of that. So, I've worked with a lot of people. So, yeah, I got to meet Chuck, but a long time ago.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I got a funny Chuck Berry story, because he used to always play at Blueberry Hill, downstairs in a place called the Duck Room. Okay,
the Duck Room, right?
Yeah, and I used to live right off the Loop. Okay, and he would show up on Delmar. And they have a giant tour bus type thing. They would show up. He lived out in Wentzville or somewhere out there, and he would come in. And I was down there. He gets off the bus, and the first time I met him, and like a dork or whatever, I said, hey, it was night and he was going to go into the duck room or whatever. I said, hey, can I get an autograph? And he's like, oh, yeah, sure. And all I have, this is back when people still had checks and checkbooks. I had my checkbook in my jacket pocket. I just whip it open. So Chuck Berry, he signs one of my checks. I thought, wow, it's too bad this isn't his checkbook. But he signed one of my checks, and then I think my wife threw it away or something. I didn't even know my wife then. I was I was a young lad back then. But yeah, that's when I met him right there, and he signed my checkbook, and that's the only story I have. Not as good as being under Billy Joel's piano, but
that's true.
I just want to jump in.
Pretty close, though.
Yeah, pretty close. The big event, the big soiree that you have put together at your new place that you
Sunday
built.
the 7th.
Sunday the 7th. Okay, if you're listening to this, if it's Saturday you're listening to this, it's tomorrow, or you may be listening on Sunday, which means get your butt over there because it's going on right now. And it's at Save On Wine and Liquors, which is one of our sponsors. And you put on a good time. You're fun to see just when I pop in there to say hi to you. And I know it's going to be a blast. And I will be there even if people don't want me to be. Okay, there you go.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait to see you, and I hope everybody comes and enjoys. Again, the band in the bar is from 3 to 6. The tacos are 11 to 2, and 11 to 8, we've got tastings all day.
Fantastic, my friend. We'll look forward to it, and I look forward to
Thank you, sir.
Talk with you soon. Bye-bye.
See you this weekend. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Made me think that when you were getting your Chuck Berry autograph and you were using your checkbook, that if you had carbon copies, you actually could have had them signed once and then sold every single one of those carbon copies underneath. I bet that's what Joe Biden does when he uses his auto pen. He's like, I can just sell these autographs, and I only got to sign it once.
Somebody change me. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's another one of your genius ideas. You're just full. You've come up with cartoon ideas for me here today. You've got these ideas. You're just like a savant.
If you go up to Neil Armstrong now and you say, Mr. Neil, I need you to sign one time this stack of check and then carbon copies. Yeah. All of those have to be worth something.
They got to be worth something, but he's dead.
A dead guy signing?
That'd be like a dead guy missigning this. That would really be something. But maybe he's not really dead. Maybe he's still alive, and because just like everything else is fake, I mean, like the moon landing.
You got to sell those Neil Armstrong autographs now before they debunk the moon landing. They're not going to be worth as much once they find out Stanley Kubrick filmed it on a set. It is currently the end of the show. That means the tease is coming to fruition.
Here it is.
And we're going to have our Schadenfreude moment of the day, and that's where you take joy in someone else's pain.
Oh, and I love that.
Who better than Jake Tapper? Would you like to enjoy some of Jake Tapper's pain?
Yes, I would love that because I hate him.
He was just on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Kristen Collins.
Good.
So the CNN Brain Trust was on the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire set as a tag team, and they were with Jimmy Kimmel. And they lost $250,000 for charity. In honor of charity, they lost $250,000.
This is crying. The Jimmy Kimmel that cries all the time with Jake Tapper. I love that. The CNN Brain Trust. That's classic. That's another cartoon.
Who was doing the news that day if they were on set? Who was writing the news stories?
I don't know. I can only imagine where we're going with this.
Make it up as we go. So let's listen to a clip of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Let's do it.
I'm Jimmy Kimmel, and thank you for joining us for another riveting all-star edition of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Please welcome Jake Tapper and Caitlin Collins. Yes.
I called her Kristen because I don't watch CNN, so don't come at me with your corrections.
Whatever.
2 lifelines left. Your next question's for $250,000.
Oh, boy.
What does Hershey's call the portion of peanut butter inserted in the middle of a Reese's peanut butter cup?
Do you know that just off the top of your head? What is the peanut butter layer in a Reese's peanut butter cup?
The actual layer?
Yeah, what is the name?
Oh, that's called the Reese Reef.
Yep, that's it. Let's listen to the options and see when that one comes up.
Okay.
Plug, glob, pad, squirt.
It sounds like your option wasn't there. The Reef Reef was not there.
It was a good name, though.
But I know you don't remember the 4 guesses, but would you like to guess?
Plug?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Look at you.
So here's the thing. Hershey's is that's a different company than Reese's, right? I mean, they don't make...
No, they'd make it.
They make it?
Yeah.
Then
what do you think? They're like a competitor and they've got like a derogatory nickname for it?
He didn't even know.
I'm going to cry. I'm Jimmy Kimmel.
That Hershey's makes the Reese's peanut butter cup. He was immediately like, what does Hershey's have to do with Reese's?
Too busy making up lies. Okay, so what happened?
Jake is so like in Washington.
I'm so DC, I thought that they were rivals.
Refuting. You've seen way too many attack ads.
Yeah.
No, they're friends.
They're friends.
So this isn't. Don't look for
I really thought it was like an insult. Yeah, we're going to call Abby.
We're going to call Abby.
Abby.
They don't know the answer.
No, they don't.
They're calling their best friend Abby that works at CNN. The smartest person that they know at CNN.
Oh, Abby. Oh, yeah, sure, Abby. I know. Abby Normal?
Caitlin Collins, Jake Tapper have no idea what the answer is.
Idea.
Call their boss's boss at CNN. Probably a fact checker who's the smartest person in the world.
Fact checkers.
Because CNN only deals in facts, so she's got to know.
Facts, my
Philip, our
blood.
super smart friend.
Let's get Abby Phillip on the line. I'm here with Jake and Caitlin. They are going for $250,000 right now, and they need your help.
Oh boy.
All right.
She sounds smart.
You went to Harvard, Abby. Come on.
Okay.
I heard they closed Harvard, no?
That is a pretty good Trump joke right there.
Oh, yeah.
Because he
that
took away all
was
their
good.
funding.
Yeah, okay.
Harvard doesn't have the same sort of stuff that it used to.
Jimmy does cry in this, all right?
I think so.
Okay.
Harvard doesn't have the same sort of reputation
Yeah, that works.
as that they used to.
Sure.
Plugger pad. Plugger pad. 5 seconds, Abby, and they're going to hang up the phone.
Pad.
Oh.
She says pad.
We're going to go with C, pad, final answer.
Doesn't really get an answer from
Right.
this smartest person in the world. She doesn't say Pat 100%. She just says I'm going to say one of those words and we'll hang up.
Right.
And then Jake Tapper says, "Great, all right, lock it in." You do know in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire rules, you can walk away.
Sure. You can walk away.
You can walk away, and he would have walked away with $125,000 for his charity.
Is Regis still there?
No, he's spinning in his grave though. So the options were take some lady's guess where she doesn't even sound confident, or walk away with $125,000 for your charity.
Yeah, right.
And you still have no idea what the answer is.
Right.
Let's see.
What
if
happens.
the Schadenfreude pays off.
Here's the tease.
Your final answer is pad.
Plugger pad.
Oh, my God.
Unfortunately, that is not the correct answer.
It's plug.
It is plug.
Plug. That's what I said.
Do you remember?
I said plug.
Did you know that you're smarter than Jake Tapper? Did you need this
Of course
proof to
I
know?
knew I was smarter than him. This antiseptic bottle next to me is smarter than Jake Tapper, but we would have actually won for that. Once again, it shows that we are smarter than any of these dumb liberal people or networks or anything, right? Mm-hmm. Did that not show that? Wow.
So remember, plug is the little chunk of peanut butter inside of a Reese's peanut butter cup.
I like the Reese's Reef.
And remember, we're going to do some sort of petition to change it to the Reese's Reef.
Something like that. Who cares? What idiots.
Doesn't that feel good?
That does feel good.
Now, I will say Jimmy didn't remind them of the rules of walking away, but the show's been on for 50 years.
Yeah, I know. And they totally destroyed it like they do everything else. Was Rachel Madcow on there too?
No.
She's on MSNBC, right? I don't watch any of these things.
It's called MS Now.
MS whatever it's called. I have no idea. Crazy.
Oh, my
I just
goodness.
wanted Jimmy to cry. Jimmy cried. Do you remember that Jimmy used to be semi-cool? Kind of like he had the Man Show where they had girls in bikinis jumping on trampolines.
He worked in radio forever, too.
Yeah, and he used to be normal, and he was a guy's kind of guy. And then what happened? He turns into Goody Man. He and then he's crying all the time, and he turned like really woke. What happened? He used to be. He went, and then he dressed up as Charles Barkley, and he did everything. And he was like, and that disappeared from the internet. What happened? He caught this disease, and now he's a girly woke wimp.
It's the mouse, man. Do you know who owns ABC, the network that he's on?
Oh yeah.
Mickey Mouse. It's a Disney property.
Oh.
The mouse will make you woke. Ha-ha.
Oh, listen to me. That's why I'm woke. I used to talk like this.
No more blackface.
Oh, my, no more of that. Hey, Minnie. Oh, I'm more into Goofy. have a good time today. It's been a wacky show.
And that's been our Schadenfreude segment.
And that's
of the
our
day.
show. Bye, everybody. No,
Of course I had a fun time.
I had a good time. We always have a good time. It was great having Carrie on and Joel. It will be a good time. We've got a lot of stuff planned. You and I this weekend, we're going to be doing remotes. No, we're not. We're just going to show up and have a good time. And a bunch of stuff.
We're going to do arts and thoughts and crafts.
Oh, it's an artsy weekend. Yeah, we're going down to the Arts Festival. Anybody wants to join us there? Because we do this thing. Oh, you don't realize we're doing this yet. But I do this thing called posing as the artist. Okay, and you're going to join me. So wear like your artist cap. And what we do, because the artists are usually not there. A lot of them aren't even artists. They're like arts and crafts. But you and I are going to stand outside of these booths pretending like they're ours, and we're just going to make up this BS about the different inspiration that we got. What do you say?
Do you like my piece? And then they'll be like, I like your piece.
I like that. You know what I was thinking of when I made this, don't you? Yeah, things like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right.
My wife is my muse. I think of her.
Oh,
when I'm
yeah.
showing people my piece.
I'm going to talk like this the rest of the show. No, the rest of the day, actually. You see, get me going on these things. Well, I'm going to ask you again. Did you have a good time today?
It was palatable.
It was palatable. Yeah, I hope everybody else was able to palate it also. Well, you know, I always say, don't you? If you don't have a right mind, you don't have a mind at all. Until next time, I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy in the whole world, Joey V. I am not even going to mention Mitch. This is The Right Mind Show. Till next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. To find out about all things Todd, go to toddsprod.com. We will see you next Saturday night at 5 p.m. and Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. right here on 101.9 94.1 News Talk STL, and always streaming online at newstalkstl.com.